Welcome back to Mondays with May from Arts for All. My name is Mélissa, and I am a teaching artist with Arts for All. If you've had me in your classroom or if you've been watching, you might recognize me as Miss May. Hello. For those of you that don't know Arts for All offers artistic, accessible opportunities to children in the New York City area, and we are always incorporating our 5 core values, working to build self-confidence, self-expression, teamwork, resilience, and creativity in children. And while our focus does remain in New York City, through all of our virtual learning content, we are so happy to have children from anywhere be able to view our free learning content and, of course, join us here for Mondays with May with me. I'm coming to you from my apartment in Brooklyn, New York on Lenape land. I wonder where you're watching from. If you're watching live or watching on the replay, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? It is March and we are celebrating Women's History Month all month long. Happy Women's History Month. During Women's History Month, we celebrate important women in history and society. Do you have any favorite women in history or in your life or community that you want to celebrate this month? Tell us in the comments, who are your favorite women in history or in your life? Who are you going to celebrate? All right, everybody, we're going to get ready to warm up our bodies. I'm going to stand up. Do your best to follow me. You can change anything you need to change so that you feel safe in your space and in your body. All right, so I'm going to stand on up. I'm going to find a good spot where I can move around. First thing I'm going to do is send my energy way up. What does it look like in your space and on your body to send your energy up, 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 upwards energy? And now send that energy down. What does it look like? What does it feel like to send your energy down? And again, upwards energy, up, up, up. Send that energy up. I'm going up on my toes. And now send that energy down, 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 down. Now we're going to reach over to one side and stretch and say, ooh, ooh. Now reach and stretch the other side and say, ah, ah. Now I'm going to spread my feet out. I'm going to open my hands real wide. I'm going to bend my knees and say, wow, 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 wow. And do and say, twist to the other side, twist. Good. Let's add those things together. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Wow, 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 wow. Twist, twist. One more time. Ooh, ooh. Ah, ah. Wow, 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 wow. Twist, twist. Awesome. Now we're going to move our heads really gentle, isolating our heads up to the ceiling, down to our toes, up to the ceiling, down to our toes, to the ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, a little faster, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes, ceiling, toes. Nod your head. Yes, yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yes, yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Now looking over one shoulder, over the other shoulder, over one shoulder, over the other shoulder, and from shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. Now shake your head. Say no way. Say no. Uh-uh. No way. No. Uh-uh. Say no means no. You got it. Now we're going to move our shoulders. Can you move your shoulders like a bicycle? The other way. Move your shoulders like a bicycle. Be faster. Other way fast. And shrug those shoulders. I don't know. Drop them. Shrug those shoulders. I don't know. And drop them. Shrug those shoulders. Say, I don't know. And drop them. Give your shoulders a little shake and shimmy. Now we're gonna move our arms. We're gonna do airplane arms. Put your arms out to the side. And you can pretend to be an airplane. You can even make the sound. And I'm going to switch directions. Now I'm going to make little circles. Make big circles. The other way, big circles. And little circles. And now we're going to move our hips. We're going to do 8 hip bumps each way, then 4 each way, 2 each way, then 1 back and forth. Feel free to get funky with it. You can count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Back and forth. You got it. Now we're going to shake, 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 shake out our entire body, counting down from 10 to 0. When I get to 0, I'm going to have a seat. We're going to get ready to read a book. Let's shake it all out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nice. I feel nice and warmed up now. Let's get ready to read that book. All right, friends, I hope your body's feeling nice and warm. That gets your brain ready to listen and learn. Today's book is called Fly, Girl, Fly. It is the story of Shaesta Waiz. Shaesta Waiz soars around the world. This book is by Nancy Rowe Pimm, illustrated by Alexandra Bai. This is a true story. This is a true story of a real person. Let's get into it. Fly, girl, fly. Shaesta Waiz soars around the world in a big, big world. A small, small girl went by the name of Shaesta. Born in a refugee camp in Afghanistan, she did not remember when the soldiers came, when the tanks rolled, when the bombs dropped. She had no memory of her family's escape or the plane ride to America. There's a word there, refugee. Do you know what refugee means? Based on this page, we can learn that a refugee is someone who has to leave their home for safety. In California, Shasta's family grew and grew until she was one of 6 girls. They chatted in Farsi and Pashto, the languages of their homeland. At dinner time, they gathered around a cloth on the floor and ate picnic style from a spread of dishes. Oh my goodness, that food looks delicious. At home, Shasta lived as an Afghan, but in school, she learned to be American. One day, young Shasta said, "I will do great things." Everyone watching say that. Say, I will do great things. Yes. Her mom said, "You can do anything you set your mind to." Her daddy patted her head and said, "But Beckham, my child, you are so shy." Her sisters giggled. "You're afraid of everything, even planes in the sky." Friends watching, do you think that being shy can keep you from accomplishing what you want? I'm a pretty shy person. I think that it can be an obstacle sometimes, but being shy is not a bad thing, and being shy is not going to keep you from achieving your dreams. Just watch. Let's keep reading. After she finished high school, Shasta's cousins invited her to Florida. She would need to ride in an airplane to get there. Shasta wondered, will it soar like a rocket or rumble like a roller coaster? She boarded the aircraft and said a prayer. Have you ever been on an airplane? I wonder where you went. So here's Shasta on the airplane. The engines roared, the wheels lifted, and the plane soared. How does Shasta look? Can you tell how she's feeling by this picture? If it was your first time riding in an airplane, you might feel like Shasta feels in this picture. From up high, colors of brown, green, and gold flowed as one. No lines or borders separated one state from the next. Shasta loved this view from above, a pilot's view. One country, one big world, up in the white, puffy clouds. Shasta released her breath along with her fears. From then on, Shasta had one dream. She told her family, "I want to be a pilot." Many doubted Shasta. What Afghan man would want to marry a woman who flies? Foolish dreamer. Girls don't belong in the cockpit of a plane. Silly girl. But Shasta thought, an airplane doesn't know if I'm a boy or a girl. So she studied science and math. She read books. She applied for scholarships and took out loans to attend a school to learn how to fly. She became the first in her family to graduate college. When she finally held her pilot's license, it felt like she had been granted a superpower. Shasta wondered, what now? One day, Shasta met Barrington Irving, a Jamaican immigrant. Barrington grew up in poverty in Miami. He had become the youngest man and the first Black person to fly solo around the world. Nothing had stopped him. Shasta started to dream about making her own solo flight around the world. So she flew with Barrington over Russia and most of Asia to learn about international flying and radio calls. Whoa, they are going all over the world. Then she met Jerry Mock, the first woman to fly solo around the world. They talked about single engine airplanes, about big and little airports, about foreign countries, about being alone, and about fear. They talked about Amelia Earhart, the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia had said, the most effective way to do it is to do it. I wonder if anyone watching has heard of that person, Amelia Earhart. These are all real people. Jerry Mock is also a real person. She really was the first woman to fly solo around the world. And Irving Barrington was also really the first Black person and the first man to do it. Shasta decided she would not just fly all the way around the world, she'd also meet with young people everywhere. She'd get them excited about careers in science, technology, engineering, and math to chase down dreams of their own. So, Shasta studied charts and weather maps. She planned and she plotted. She read letters and emails from children all around the globe who looked forward to meeting her. Until Shasta went wheels up and set out on her journey around the world. At last, she soared. As Shasta flew across the Atlantic Ocean, she imagined the sharks, whales, and sea creatures swimming below. Shasta shivered at the sight of icebergs poking through the ocean's surface. Shasta knew that so many things could go wrong on such a long flight. If ice forms on my plane, it could become uncontrollable. I might fall from the sky. Shasta had never been so alone. There was not a boat in sight, no other planes in the sky, not even a bird. Near the halfway point, the point of no return, she trembled. Was this how Amelia Earhart felt? And Jerry Mock? Shasta thought about giving up. How do you think you would feel if you were in this position? What would you do? Let's see what she does. Oops. Here we go. Instead of giving up, Shasta took a deep breath and thought of the children. They expected to see her, especially the girls from her homeland, Afghanistan. Feeling the spirits of Amelia and Jerry cheering her on, Shasta kept going. She felt as big and powerful as the ocean below. Country by country, Shasta met with youth around the world. She told wide eyed children her story and inspired them to follow their dreams. She landed in little known places like Calgary and Christmas Island, and faraway countries like Egypt and Fiji. Challenge the possibilities, dream big. Some days, Shasta soared through magical sunsets and topaz skies. Other days, she battled sandstorms and dodged lightning strikes. Sometimes monsoons kept her tiny plane grounded for weeks. Many times, she thought about quitting, but she pressed on. When she reached Afghanistan, Shasta could not stop smiling. Music played, people cheered, women and girls hugged her, and they wept. Do you think that they are weeping because they're so sad and devastated? No, I think they're weeping tears of joy and excitement. Have you ever had that feeling when you're so overwhelmed with emotions, happy emotions, and you just cry? They celebrated a girl with a dream who dared to say that girls can soar and follow their hearts wherever it may take them. That's right. Girls can soar and follow their hearts wherever it may take them. Months later, after flying nearly 25,000 nautical miles with 30 stops on 5 continents, Shasta landed at the airport where it all began. Shaesta Waiz had done it. She was the first woman from Afghanistan, and at 30 was the youngest woman in history to fly a single engine aircraft around the world. Surrounded by family and friends, Shasta kissed the ground. She was home. Amazing. She did it. I knew she could do it. Well, that's amazing. She put her mind to it. She did it. She didn't stop when she was afraid. She didn't stop when people told her she wouldn't be able to do it. And here's a picture of the real Shaesta Waiz. There she is by her airplane. She was the youngest at 30. And then just this year, someone broke her record this year in January 2022. This young lady is named Zara Rutherford, and I believe she's 19 years old, and she broke Shasta's record. Amazing. They put their minds to it. They knew they could do it. All right, everybody, let's get ready for our 60-second dance break. For today's 60-second dance break, we are dancing to a song called Soar. That is by me and my friend B Parks from B Parks and the Hornets, the band that I play with. And B Parks happens to be one of my very, very best friends. I was very inspired by the story of Shaesta Waiz, and I was looking for the perfect song to go with it, and I couldn't find it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. And B Parks helped me out so much. So let's get up and dance to this song we're calling Soar. Up and away. Up and away. I'm gonna fly like an airplane. Even if they say I can't do it, I know I can if I put my mind to it. Up and away. Up, what do you say? I'm flying, I'm soaring, I'm just getting going. And like a lion, my heart is roaring. Up and away. Up and away. I'm gonna fly like an airplane. Even if they say I can't do it, I know I can if I put my mind to it. All right, friends, I hope you danced your roaring hearts out to that song, Soar. Now let's cool it down. We're going to take some deep breaths. We're going to do 3 deep breaths together. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. I'm going to use my hands to scoop the air around me. One more. Give yourself a squeeze and a pat on the back. And remember, this is a quote from Shaesta Waiz. She says, "You must believe in yourself and allow your dreams to soar." Remember that. You must believe in yourself and allow your dreams to soar. Okie dokie. Some ideas for things to do later. One is anyone else really curious about how these airplanes are staying up in the sky? Because I've had some of the same thoughts that Shaesta had when I'm in an airplane or when I see an airplane. I can see one right now. How is it doing that? It's so big. How is it going through the sky? Well, I always ask myself this question. I know there are answers out there. We're going to put a link in the comments to a video if you want to start doing a little bit of research about how do airplanes fly. I found an awesome young girl who is very clever, very smart, knows a lot of things, and she made a YouTube video about How Do Airplanes Fly? So you can check that out. The next thing is to make your own paper airplane. I started off with a piece of paper, just a plain old piece of paper, and then I fold it, and I got this paper airplane, and I put some things on it. I said, be brave. I know I can do it. And the words soar. So are you interested in making a paper airplane? I'm going to put another link with some instructions for different airplanes you can make at home with just a piece of paper. Turn it into paper airplane. Woo! Another thing you can do is be like Shaesta Waiz. If there is something that you want to accomplish, you have to work hard at it. Shaesta Waiz didn't get to fly around the world like that. She studied, she worked hard, she put her mind to it, she put her heart in it. Maybe there's something that you really want to do. There's a dream that you have. If you want to accomplish your dreams, you got to work hard at it, just like she says, and you must believe in yourself. And finally, celebrate women in your life. Who are you going to celebrate? Who can you celebrate today? What women in your life can you celebrate? And all month long as we celebrate Women's History Month. Well, everyone, that is all for Mondays with May today. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us, whether you're watching live or on the replay. We'll be here again next week, and you can watch previous videos on Facebook and YouTube. And if you've been watching, would you take a moment to fill out a quick survey? It's a 2-question survey. Should be very quick, and it'll help us with the work that we do here at Arts for All. Well, everyone, thanks so much. I'll see you again next week. Bye.
Up, up, up and away.